Amanda here with your September 2019 RuneScope. An announcement this month, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently as far as format. So the readings themselves are going to be, you'll just see the table and my hands from now on, because it's the only way I can kind of work all of these videos in throughout the month in addition to my full-time job. So if you still want the videos, we're gonna have to do it that way. I will try to always do an intro video like this though, because I know it's not the preferable format, but that's the only way I can really kind of like squeeze them in whenever I get the chance without having to, put all the time into looking actually decent or camera ready. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that. This month, in conjunction with our runes, we will be using this awesome new deck that I got, the Golden Thread Tarot by Labyrinthos. It's a really cool deck. It's not very camera friendly, unfortunately though, so just a heads up. Probably won't use it on camera again, but I was so excited to get it. I wanted to give it a go. And then, as always, be sure to join me for part 2 of your September reading over on my Vimeo channel. This month for your spiritual guidance, I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle by Doreen Virtue, just to get additional wisdom and advice for how you can handle the energies in September. That link to the Vimeo channel is below, as are all other details regarding the channel. I think that's it for now. And so let's get on to the September RuneScope. Hey Scorpio, let's see what September holds. September 2019. If you're wondering why you're just seeing the table here in the video, check out the intro. All will be answered there if you skipped it. September 2019 for Scorpio. What is going on? So as always, Scorpio, the usual caveat, these are general readings, so not all of the messages will be for you. I've got to give messages to other Scorpios as well. So you can check out the video for your rising sign to get additional messages, insight, and information. But if you would like something far more specific and personal, you can always set up a private session with me. Just email me at the email address here in the video. It's also, all the information is below in the info box under the video. In general though, in the present. So end of August going into early September, or whenever you may be watching this video, it looks like you got a decision to make here. Got Judgment in reverse. So, and Onsus for our rune. So let's see what's coming through here. Well, the first thing that's coming through is you could be passing judgment on someone else verbally or through a message. Now this could be, again, because we communicate almost completely through text these days. This could be coming through a text, it could be on social media, it could be in an email, a letter even, maybe somebody went old school and wrote you a letter or something. But yeah, this is someone giving you some sort of, they could be making a decision. They could be texting you about their decision about something, or you could be texting your decision. But I feel like with Judgment in reverse, it's that judgmental feeling of feeling like someone is, judging you, or you are doing that to someone else, and then you're, communicating that. Onsus does have a lot to do with the mouth, so it could be somebody face-to-face telling you, And now, whether this is a fair judgment or not is going to depend on, who you are. Again, that's something I could only tell in a personal reading, as well as whether it was you or someone else kind of delivering this message. So this could also be a decision that you feel is like, poor judgment. Like maybe you interviewed for a job and they decided to go with someone else. It could be using poor judgment in studies. choosing the wrong academic course. You could be feeling like, like for those of you that maybe have just started school, maybe you are like in a class, maybe it's even law, maybe it has something, maybe you're pre-law or something. And, or that's your track and you're just kind of like, I don't know if I could do this. You may be, this indicates though that you're doing well on exams and things. You're going to be doing well also on any verbal presentations or debates or anything of that nature, but you may be kind of like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. You may be regretting, give it a little more time if you just started this, Scorpio. It could be that as time goes on, or maybe it's just this one course, maybe give it a shot. This could be too quick of a judgment. So yeah, maybe give it a little more time because it seems like you'll be doing well. It seems like you'll make it through this. But yeah, you may be kind of like, I don't know if this is the path for me. And maybe it's not, but it does sometimes take a little bit longer. Make sure you give it a fair shot because it could just be this one course or this one teacher. Now you may be expressing to someone else, Scorpio, that you used poor judgment in the past. Maybe you're like, that was a bad decision. I shouldn't have done that. You may be apologizing or somebody may be, saying that to you. Again, we're going both ways here. So yeah, there's something about decisions you've made in the past or someone else has made that are coming to the forefront and being discussed in September, Scorpio. And there seems to be a bit of regret with a past decision, or someone else is judging you for a past decision or you're judging someone else. It is kind of like, where you go from there is going to depend on how this is working out, right? And how you handle it is going to depend. But we've got some advice for you about how to handle that no matter which way this is working out for you. The challenge, we got the Ace of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like for many of you, this has something to do with something more emotional, something more personal, more of a relationship situation rather than like a work or secular situation. For some of you, it could be the academic thing, but we can get very attached emotionally to our idea of our future. So if I've always thought I was going to do this or be a lawyer or a judge, or I always thought I was going to study this, and then sometimes we have to give up a dream just because we discover, well, I just don't have a mind for that, or it's just not my talent, it's not my gift, right? And you're going to serve the world and yourself better if you are using your particular skills and gifts, because no one has the same skills and gifts that you do. So there could be that, but there's something that you are emotionally attached to, or someone that you were emotionally attached to, that I feel like this is like we're bringing up old feelings. We're going back to the well and kind of bringing up old passions, old loves, old feelings, and it's exciting, but there's also a sadness or a regret tied up in this. So maybe you're talking to the one that got away, Scorpio, in September, or you're the one that got away for someone else and they're talking to you, and you guys are talking about the good times, but I think you're also going to be talking about the bad times, which is good. Don't shut those out. You want to get a full picture. Yeah, there's something that I feel, or someone that I feel you need to kind of air some things out with, is the phrase they're giving me. You need to kind of talk some things out. And that could be where the judgment comes in. Maybe you have to be prepared to hear, the other side of the conversation, how they felt when you did certain things, or they need to be prepared to hear, that from you if they're reaching out to you. I feel like this was a similar energy in August, Scorpio, for you, that we were talking about a past love or an old love, or relationships were heavy. And I think we had the Lovers card in reverse too, which we also have here again. So yeah, I'm feeling like, those of you that didn't move through that energy in August, you're catching up in September and you're moving through it, which I see a lot in these monthly readings, because you're such a big group. Some of you are moving through it in August. Others of you are dealing with it in September. Some of you were dealing with it in August and you're still dealing with it in September. But yeah, love, and especially old love, is a theme. And coming to terms with regrets and judgments, misjudgments, misinformation, misunderstandings, a lot of the MIS words coming up here. I feel like you can get a lot. I feel like in September you can get a lot worked out from the past and find out a lot of things that maybe you never knew, Scorpio, about a certain situation. The help that's going to be available to you, we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Here's what it looks like in the upright in this deck, and I can't see how you're seeing these, so I'm trying to do kind of like, but yeah, you pulled this in the reverse. So it's going to help you to, well, there's something you need to bring up and not let go until you get an answer. And I feel like it has to do with another person. So if this was a relationship where there was a third party interfering, and again, this came up last month, or, you know, somebody trying to break you up, or somebody who interfered, maybe they were successfully, maybe this person chose someone else over you, or you chose someone else over this person. But yeah, there's this three, and I got a lot of comments last month of like, Scorpio doesn't do polyamorous relationships. I actually know 2 Scorpios who have multi-partner relationships. You know, not everybody is their sun sign. You know, there's a lot of other elements that could make up a person. So try not to paint everybody with too wide of a brush stroke. Yeah, you may be Scorpio, but you got a lot of other things going on in your chart. Now, if you're all Scorpio and you were okay with polyamorous relationships, then that would surprise the hell out of me. That's a lot of fixed energy. But yeah, it's weird. I do happen to know 2 Scorpios who that they're happiest that way. But they don't have the jealousy issue. Maybe they've worked through that, because that's the darker, that is not a positive thing of Scorpio. That's one of the more like, that's when a water sign comes up in reverse, the jealousy thing and the possessive thing. It's not a good energy. No one enjoys that energy, quite honestly. So if you are struggling with that and you're overly jealous, overly possessive, then that's something you need to work on. You're only going to get to enlightenment if you deal with that, and you know, and if there's somebody playing on that or trying to bring that out in you, well, that's on them, you know? So yeah, it's kind of a big circle here. But yeah, this is saying don't let something go about like past hurts. Like, why did you choose this other person? Why did you marry this other person? Why did you choose this person over me? And why are you back now? And why should I care? You know, I feel like you need to be, yeah, they're saying don't let go this, whatever's sticking, whatever you can't forget, whatever you can't get over, because until you deal with this, there's no point in even really interacting with this person, because this is always going to be under the surface. So yeah, there was some kind of manipulation going on by someone else, maybe another female. This is the female manipulative rune, like someone who interfered and maybe was successful in interfering in this relationship. And you need an answer for why this person let that happen, why they chose that person, why they let them break you up. You know, if you feel that way, honestly, when people break up, I feel like it's just time. It doesn't, other people may be catalysts, but you know, it's probably just past the expiration date. But so yeah, it's going to help you to, I do see you getting close. I do see you talking with this person. I do see partnership and serious things being talked about. But yeah, if this is a reconnection from the past where there was another person involved that kind of came between the two of you, that's something you need to talk about. You need to find out what happened and why. And I you know, especially to know that it's not going to happen again. Now, it doesn't mean that this person was like, they chose this other person to be with romantically. Maybe it was just friends or family or their mother or somebody else who interfered and they kind of let them. And like, you know, it hurt you. Or, you know, maybe you're the one who did this, Scorpio, and you hurt someone else by letting someone else interfere in your relationship. So again, work with it the way it's coming in for you. But I have to make sure you guys can see these. What must be accepted? That's where we've got this Lover's card in reverse. This is the love triangle card in the reverse. So yeah, 3 people, a third party interfering in a relationship, or did interfere. This is from the past, and for many of you, it's the way back past. This is also karmic for many of you, a past life situation being worked out in this very painful kind of energy. And whoever is the one that always has like more than one person, whether it's you or the other person, that is karmic as well. That is one of the things that you're here to figure out, or one of the things that they are here to figure out, one of the cycles they are meant to break. It's supposed to end. Like they're supposed to choose or find one person that fits or suits them completely, but they can't seem to do that. And it's gonna come from going deeper spiritually. Again, that enlightenment we were talking about, right? If you're always staying at surface level and never recognizing how your behavior affects not only you, but everyone around you, and if you don't even care about that, you need to figure out why you don't care about that. You know, is there something going on in your brain? Is there something because there's something off if you have no empathy or sympathy and can't really care about other people. And you may be dealing with someone like that, Scorpio. If it's not you, I mean, it could be you as well. But yeah, you're never going to get past this kind of thing because this is all ego, surface-based. The more people that, you know, are attracted to me, the more I feel like I have worth. When you're getting it outside yourself, it's not coming from where it should be coming from. That should be coming from within. You shouldn't need any kind of, you know, it's always nice to get acceptance or recognition from other people. But if your entire life, especially your personal life, is based on adulation and having a bunch of people throwing themselves at you. I was talking about this with Pisces because they had some similar cards. That's the surface. That's not spiritual. That's not deep. That's ego. And ego only usually gets us in trouble. So yeah, this is a past karmic thing, maybe between the two of you, you and this other person, and maybe even this third party, but also I think it goes deeper with whoever can't seem to commit to a one-person relationship. You know, just 2 people. If that's what they want, you know, and they're not seeking out people who want, again, like a multi-partner relationships, which most people, let's face it, want a committed relationship with, you know, 2 people, committed partnership. So yeah, that is what must be accepted. So I do feel like it's still there. Like if this person is coming back, either this issue needs to be dealt with or they're still doing that same, they're still playing that same game. They've always got a plan B and C and D. And you want a home, or, you know, maybe you always have the plan C, B, and E, and they want a home. So yeah, again, then your desires are not the same. You would not be a good match just because you don't want the same thing. Now the trouble is when people hide this, right? They pretend that they want a committed relationship because they do want that, but then they also want whatever they want on the side. The outcome here is the 3 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, we gotta really kind of go back to the drawing board here. We gotta redesign this relationship, Scorpio. There's no future with it the way that it is, or the way that it was, or just going back to the way that it was. Because the way that it was, obviously it didn't work out, because it seems like you're coming back together. So there was something wrong, and it does seem like there's something wrong with someone's propensity to be with other people, even though they were with you, or again, maybe that was you, and that's the issue that you're struggling with. The good news is there's support and help for this. Got manas here. So, Yeah, this is kind of like a group. Maybe this is your friend group that's going to help you kind of work through this, or help you make a wise decision. The wise decision would probably be to kind of just continue staying away from this person until they get it figured out. But again, you know, I can't say that for certain unless we do a private session, because I'm only seeing this in a very general way, and you're an individual and so is this person that you're dealing with, and I can't see that in a general reading like this. So, but yeah, I do feel like you can rely on your friends and family to give you some really good advice, to support you, to help you kind of figure this out if you're feeling stuck or indecisive about what to do. So that tells me a lot, that this is really important to you, Scorpio, because you really don't seek out advice a lot. You really kind of, you know, you're very secretive, and you like to do things, you know, you like to keep things to yourself. So you're not one to really seek outside advice that often, unless it's really, you know, obviously you're really perplexed by it, or maybe really confused, and you could use, some input. So don't be afraid to kind of seek that out. Definitely, you'll choose people you trust and those that are closest to you. And these are people that have your best interest at heart, because this is in the upright. But yeah, I think a lot of what they're going to be saying is this is unworkable the way that it is. This person is a project, like you would have to put them together. And do you really want to take that on? Why should you take that on? I kind of feel like you'll be hearing that sort of thing. It's not your responsibility to put them back together. You can't put them back together. They have to want that for themselves. So you're getting some really wise advice from your friends. It'll probably just echo, you know, some of the things I just said, but because yeah, this person's a work in progress. They really have not figured it out, and may not even be trying to figure it out, honestly, Scorpio, from what I'm seeing. All of these cards are reversed. So they don't think there's a problem, maybe. They may know that you think it's a problem, and they may, you know, go along with that in order to get what they want from you. They don't really feel like this is a problem right now, from what I'm seeing. Even though what they're telling you seems to be the opposite. So, interesting, Scorpio. Take things slow in the month of September, but meet me over on Vimeo. Let's shuffle the Goddess Guidance Oracle. I want to see what Goddess wants to give us additional wisdom and advice, because it looks like you could really use it here in September, Scorpio, just to help you make a decision that you can live with, that you feel happy with. So yeah, that link is below in the info box. I'll see you over there. Thanks for stopping by. Have a lovely September, and we'll talk to you next month.